From NBC News, this is Today with Katie Couric and Matt Lauer. Live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
All right, Al, thank you very much. PET scans are giving doctors the upper hand in diagnosing and treating cancer patients. Today, medical correspondent Dr. Ian Smith is here with more information on this, not what it sounds like, Ian.
Exactly. Much different, Matt. Good morning. You know, the PET scans has some similarities to the commonly known CT scans, but it provides more than just pictures. It gives important information about the body's activity at the smallest of levels. For 16-year-old Sal Musla, life couldn't have been better. A healthy high school sophomore, he chased his dreams on the football field and track. Then, everything seemed to change. He had no energy, to the point that it was difficult even getting out of bed.
I was just in pain, like, every day. Had really bad, like, night sweats all the time. I just always, like, looked like I was sick, always looked pale, just, I don't know, no energy.
A CT scan showed that Sal had enlarged lymph nodes, small bean-shaped areas throughout the body, important in removing dangerous particles from the blood and lymph fluid. Several tests, including a biopsy at Hackensack University Medical Center in New Jersey, confirmed that he had cancer of the lymph nodes, something called Hodgkin's disease. Then, his doctors performed what is known as a PET scan.
A PET scan is a way of looking at the activity of different structures in the body. Areas that have increased activity show up as a bright spot on the background of the human body. As it turns out, cancer is one of the things that can give us increased activity.
To keep track of the cancer, Sal has undergone CAT scans and 3 PET scans. Today's PET scan, however, is important because it will let the doctors know how he's been responding to treatment.
Everything looks terrific. The scan looks wonderful.
In addition to following the treatment's effect on the cancer, PET scans often find things doctors aren't even looking for. Lena Boggiano had breast cancer 5 years ago and went to her doctor for a routine CT scan. Her breast fields were normal, but the doctor found some suspicious areas in her lungs. They immediately sent her for a follow-up PET scan, which scans the entire body.
What's exciting is that we were doing the scan to evaluate one cancer, and unexpectedly we found another cancer that could be cured early.
Fortunately, the spot in her lungs didn't appear to be cancer, but what the PET scan did show was that Lena had early-stage cancer of the uterus, so early that she hadn't experienced any of the symptoms.
I think the PET scan saved my life. I think it helped me by allowing them to find that there was nothing wrong in my lungs right now, and that it saved me from having any kind of other surgery.
And good news, Mrs. Boggiano is now cancer-free. She only has to see her doctor once a year for a follow-up.
Why is it that this scan finds things that the CAT scan necessarily doesn't?
The CAT scan just looks at the overall physical structure of the body, the anatomy. The PET scan, however, looks at the activity of the cells, so it goes into the smallest places.
So can any doctor send you for a PET scan, or only certain doctors?
Well, the key is that the PET scan was not approved for a long time by HCFA, which is the financial administration of the government. It's now approved for melanoma, for lung cancer, for colon cancer, and even, they think, maybe heart disease and Alzheimer's.
I don't want to get carried away here, Ian, but why wouldn't a healthy person who can afford it go get a PET scan just to see what's happening in his or her body?
Well, it's a very expensive procedure, somewhere up to $2,000 or more per procedure, and it's not a screening device. We have to be careful here. It's a device used to follow someone's treatment. If you've had colon cancer or lung cancer and you want to make sure there's not a recurrence, the PET scan is showing to be a better test than the CAT scan in following up.
Interesting stuff, Dr. Ian Smith. Ian, thanks very much.
All right, Matt.
If you'd like more information about PET scans, just go to our website at today.msnbc.com.